Welcome back to Truly Heal and Functional Medicine for Health Professionals. Today is the day, last chance to join the Truly Heal Academy, and I would like to outline for you the whole program, what's included, what you get when you join, and what we've added as bonuses. Now, just to make clear what it means to join the program as a health professional and why we've addressed it in that way. It's very simple, a business, it's a career opportunity. It's a massive career opportunity, and that's why we addressed it to professionals. That does not mean you cannot join if you want to use it for your own purposes. You know, many of you have joined because you have a family member, a loved one, yourself, and you would like to heal yourself, and then maybe at a later stage offer the service to others. And that is absolutely fine. We had many coaches that joined the program and really did well, improved their health, or even completely reversed their cancer and now offer the service to others. So that's fine. We also had church communities join the program, and now they offer the service to their community, some for free who can't afford it, and others who give a donation. So they establish the principle on their spiritual beliefs. Now, there is many different ways, and we don't want to dictate how you earn your money or how you change the world or how you impact this world. It's more like, what do you feel as a calling? And that's why, whether you want to educate and do workshops and seminars and travel the world and do what I did for many years, then that's fine, and we will support you in our best way to do that. If you would like to lecture and speak or have YouTube videos and educate the world in that way, that's fine too. If you already have a business and you are a chiropractor or a naturopath, or you have massage or Reiki or Bowen practice, and you would like to add more holistic program to your service, then that would be an added bonus. You can guide people in a much more profound and professional way. Team, I believe this is where a health coach or health practitioner really excels, because there's so many expertise, so many experts in this world who all have a piece of the puzzle. Now, what is missing? The one who pulls it all together, the one who has the missing piece to make this complete. And that's where your education will give you so much content and detail that you can be that part. You can collaborate with many others and create the whole. Now, if you are in aged care already or service industry and help people with disease in the nursing industry or anywhere in this field, whether that's a support group or healthcare group or a cancer survive group, it doesn't matter. You can add incredible services to your lot by implementing these teachings. We have quite a number of doctors join the program, oncologists, dentists, really great, which hopefully give us a lot of added information that we can then add to the program as well. Plus, for those of you who feel one-on-one is your thing and you would like to do just that, that's perfect. You can even add that on a spiritual side, on a mental side, as a psychologist or psychiatrist. With what we teach you in the program, you can cover so many things that people really feel home. And like I said here, creating a network of health professionals doesn't mean we all have to copy each other. We're all individuals and we all have a different passion, and that's what we would like to achieve. Now, just let me share you very short my dream. We have a dream, you have a dream, let's dream together. It started all with a community in Litauen. It was one woman who signed up for her breast cancer with our program. She started to study, invited her daughters, they invited their friends, they invited their mothers, and all of a sudden there was a huge circle in the community. They finished the training program with 3 women. They signed up many more. They went through the education program established with their pharmacist, different supplementation. They ordered some of the equipment and do this in the community room, and they got even support from the mayor of their village to support the whole process with a donation of the room. Phenomenal. This is how it started. We have the same community in Iceland, in Australia, in New Zealand, Tasmania. you know, all around the world. And when you look what we've achieved in those past 5 years, it's really phenomenal. And those small communities, I call them, you know, pockets of knowledge. When you start out looking for solutions, it's really tough to find your way through a maze of information, a labyrinth. And lots of it is very single-sided or underlying marketing principles, or it's, well, incomplete. Let's just say it that way. And that's where pockets of information, pockets of knowledge will really make that big change. And that's why whether you want to educate, lecture, build a team, or do one-on-one, it doesn't really matter. We need that all around the world. So let's speak about a few things that in all those phone calls that I had over the past few weeks, it was kind of overwhelming. And I always made some notes and wrote them down. And the core desires that I've distilled out of these talks is to provide effective healing with lasting results. That's the core desire that I realized from everyone. We've all been searching and looking and trying and here and there, and nothing seems to be complete or always only suitable for some, but not for all. And I guess you will realize or have realized from the past 6 videos that that is what we address. We really focus on that, and I'll cover that in a moment. Offering solutions which are normally not that obvious. See, most people are so focus-oriented, so driven to kill the disease, get rid of the disease, destroy the disease, that they don't see the obvious, what drives the disease, what causes the disease. And just to bring that viewpoint back into that direction might make a massive difference for many. Feeling good about the work you do because you help someone, it's kind of very, very important for me. And I felt a massive change. In the beginning, when we just shared information, we sold equipment and we did this and that, and and then you get the report back, it didn't work, a friend passed away, all the money we spent didn't work. It's kind of disenchanting, it's very frustrating. And now if I get emails back, Marcus, my foots are completely restored, my cancer is shrinking, thank you so much, I could hardly get out of bed and now I'm back at work. It's great, it feels good. And I believe once you achieve that result, it's not only the reward that you get from it, it's knowing you do something that helps. It's really powerful. And many of you have expressed that desire. Waking people up and making them conscious, this is kind of my thing. And I realize some of you feel the same. You know, like we live in a world that is so oblivious how we cause the damage to ourselves, how we destroy our environment, how we destroy our body. And sometimes you want to shake someone and wake them up, and doing that with education is really valuable form. So if that's something you want to do, you have information galore that you can share with the world and rattle the cage and wake them up. Bringing medicine back to the people and making it easy to understand is another thing. I found, and this is, thank you for the compliments. Many of you said, Marcus, you actually bring medicine back to the normal people where we can understand what it is. And it's not an easy process. It's so easy to get entangled into that jargon and you know, I just disassembled a complete talk that was given by Quicksilver Scientific. Really fantastic. But to get the essence out of this talk took me 5 goes, 5 times listening to that presentation to pull out what actually was said, because it was just puffed up with importance. And for patients, they will never ever get the gist from that. And that's what we can do. So I prepare as much as I can for you, which you can share, but you can do the same. And I guess this is a really valid point, because people, they don't fly on that level. They need practical experience. So we'll help you with that. Facilitating change in people, community, and our environment was another really important point, because we all know that if we don't change our lifestyle, habits, thinking pattern, we destroy this world, and we're heading right for it. And it's coming back to waking people up and making it conscious is a contribution where you really feel your word counts. Your work matters. And then there is core desire number 2, which I found really beautiful as well, because there is some, not many, that, just want to help and don't want anything in return. I don't believe that. We always have a return, whether that's gratitude, a feeling of importance, or, just thank you so much, you've done well. Some believe in titles, getting honorary titles. It doesn't matter. You always need something back in return, and even if it's just accreditation. So turning that into a business is what I will help you achieve as well. I've noticed that when you give and give and give and put so much effort in, and you work and you invest hours into a patient, and then they turn around and say, yeah, thanks, great, I found another practitioner, they give me treatments, and all your work was in vain. That's not what we want. So I share with you a program in a few moments, what we do and how we change and how we create our perfect clientele so that we have people that actually treasure what we share with them. So being adequately rewarded for the service you render is really important. And the form of return is up to you. You can choose whether that's monetary, in services, or in community, or in love and hugs. That's fine. Establishing a lucrative income on which you can depend. Many of you invest a lot of money into the program, into devices, so how do I make it sure that I have afterwards the return? And again, we've put a program together for you to make that possible, so that you can almost guarantee at the end of your training, you have a waiting list of people wanting to work with you. Isn't that great? Offering affordable services, but at the same time earn an income. Many of you said, medicine has become so expensive, and I guess you come from your own angle. It's unaffordable. We can't charge so much. That's true. It becomes really money oriented. If you don't have $30,000, $40,000, you can't even attend one of those clinics. So how can we offer this service cheaper? Again, we found a stunning solution. I'll talk about that in a moment, which means you can offer the same for a fraction of the cost to many, many people. And again, we make that possible for you in a legal framework that completely protects you and your clients. Creating residual income, which does not depend on hours worked. I found that one the most important, because when you work and work and work and you earn a living and it's great, but then you have sick, you have something come in between, you have to care for your parents, you have to whatever. There is hundreds of reasons why you can't continue your work, and then all of a sudden income drops and everything is gone. Residual income means you create something that can be sold all the time, whether you work or not. And I've managed to establish that in a very big way, and I love it. I can go 4 weeks away and I have still every day my income. And that's what I would like to teach you as well. So we packed that into the program, and it's actually super, super easy. All you need to do is follow those rules and you'll have it. Being known in the industry as a leader, which is something some of you have expressed. And it's not probably for everyone, but I had some doctors join the program and some naturopath that sent me slideshows. Wow! So getting the word out, educating others, becoming that authority in the field, sharing what you've learned and putting it all together. I'll help you as much as I can. See, my main mission in life is to make knowledge available, to educate people so that they can help themselves. I'm not so much into offering treatments. That's great, but if you go to a clinic and you have a 3-week treatment, does that resolve your problems? Certainly not. It's an ongoing process. So my goal is to educate a patient so that they can help themselves. Give them guidance and lead the way, but certainly not do the job for them. So if that's my purpose and you think that's, filling in with my dreams, then we can achieve a lot. So getting recognition for the efforts you invest, I think we all want that. And I said that before with putting so much love and energy into a client and then they don't care. We don't want that. So how to solve that, I'll show you with you in a moment. Now, when we look at how to achieve all those dreams in this industry, you realize that I started out this video series with do not treat cancer, stay away from cancer. It is no congruent information. Not even naturopaths or doctors are taught how to deal with chronic degenerative disease. Just go and send them to an expert. Don't treat them yourself. You're out of your depth. And it's true. So there is no congruent information. There is a lot of technical information and confusion about different things, opposing information. And what we've tried to do is cut through the myth, get right to the essence. And it's certainly not my achievement. I only learned from the best, and I put all of what I learned into one program. So whether that's from the stunning doctors that shared their information about cancer treatments, or psychologists that helped us find the root problems to deal with stress and trauma and nervous overload, or whether it is with life spark and spirituality to really find that drive to live. It doesn't matter. We've put it all into one program, and I guess that's where you will find a huge resolve. Let me just go back. The other problem that you all know is disease-oriented treatments and medicine. As soon as you mention a disease or patients come to you with a disease, they expect you to treat just that. And Dr. Dowers said that to me really nice. He said, Marcus, I get really annoyed. People come to me and say, I have lung cancer. And I said, okay, let's look at your liver and your detox pathways and your kidneys, because if they don't work, we can't deal with the rest. And they go like, what has my kidneys to do with that? I want you to treat my lung cancer. And when he said that, it made sense, but the reality of it really came through much later. It's a systemic problem. And by knowing how to address the whole, we heal the lung cancer, we heal the breast cancer, we heal whatever it is. But we need to address the patient and not the disease. And this is where our program is really targeted, very focused to look at the whole instead of the individual. And many missing pieces of the whole that you have to put together. When you learn, and many of you have attended many seminars, workshops, summits, you hear something there and then you hear about teeth and then that has to do and that. It's a lot and you can miss out on so much, especially when we integrate all the deficiencies and all the DNA. And that's all in one package. So it's really beautiful and incomplete and specialized education, which sometimes takes us on a journey. And it's taken me on many journeys where I thought, that's the golden grail. That's it. That's the solution. And it was not. So instead of looking for shortcuts, always just integrating whatever we find into our whole, and that's where it works. Okay, when you study through the training, like I said before, you integrate many different parts. We look at healing the mind and healing emotions, emotional healing. And to do that, we integrate many different technologies. We've been in clinics, stunning process. So we've taken that. And then another clinic was dealing with trauma in a very effective way. Some were dealing with relationship issues very, very effectively. So we've taken all those individual parts and put them together. So learning about the mind and how to help people will really set you apart and put you into a category of a dream expert. We also cover everything normal health coaches do, dietary, sleeping pattern, how to enhance sleep, how to tidy up the house, how to get rid of toxins and lifestyle and exercise. That's all included. Usually we say this is the part that you need to learn to prevent disease. It's not quite sufficient to reverse it. And that's why adding the physical part to the game, where you really learn to analyze symptoms, analyze the causes, and then what drives those causes, all the deficiencies, all the tests, all the minerals, all the nutrients. It's fantastic. And then knowing all the treatments as well makes you very versatile in your advice. And also It's actually what doctors should know, because they don't learn anything about chronic degenerative diseases. Most doctors don't learn at all about dealing with disease or the cause of disease. They just learn what kind of medication to prescribe to suppress the symptoms. So you have a huge advantage by knowing all of this and then how to build that into the whole case. And then, you don't need to be a priest. Just find what sparks a person to want to live. And as soon as you find that and you allow them to do that and you work out a plan on how to achieve their dreams, all of a sudden they come back to life. Now, as soon as you study and you sign up for our program, you have 2 years to finish the program. You can finish easily in 6 to 12 months. And let me just do a short calculation. You have 64 chapters, of which about 58 have assignments. Now, if you divide 58 by 2 per week, you could be finished in 7 to 8 months, easily, without any stress. Some of the assignments have 2 or 3 questions. They're really easy to do. Some of them are a bit more challenging, might take a few days more, but in general, it's not stressful, it's not difficult. So going through that, and we do not care about grammar, spelling, or any kind of long essays. Keep it simple. KISS, we want you to just show that you've understood what's in it and how to use it and in which form you can use it well. The questions are not tricky, not challenging. They're just to see that you got it. And that's what you will then work through. The program is set up in an online portal, so you can sign in from anything, a phone, an iPad, an Android, a laptop, computer, anywhere in the world, username and password, and you're in, and then you can work through. We've overcome our initial hurdles with all our little glitches in the program, and it's running smooth. So you have different programs, and I'm just adding at the moment the training programs, and I'll talk about that for your certification for equipment. And that is a huge added bonus as well. So we'll talk about that. All of your lessons have charts, graphs, mind maps, and PowerPoints, keynotes, presentations included with your lessons. So you can use them for yourself and you can use them for your clients, and you can build them into your own network. And I teach you how to do that. We have also added associated videos and links to research articles, which means you can take this to the moon and back. I really, some of you are very deep and very advanced and want to know more. So there is never ever a limit. Any subject can be taken very far. What we teach you is what you need to know. What you can add on top is endless. So it's your choice. And that's why we always say it's about 180 contact hours, but you can turn that into much more by studying all the related articles and all the things that we've added. And that means you work through all those different strains and they are all conclusive. See, if we work about hormones or toxicity or systemic health, then you would work through all the different systems, learn what they do, what they are there for, how we can support them, how we can supplement them, what kind of treatments are there, what kind of causes interrupt the whole process. And that makes it very complete. And as you work through all of the individuals, then we put it together into a complete observation. Because as you already know, hormones can be triggered by deficiencies. Toxicity cannot be detoxified because of deficiencies. Infections, inflammation can be hindered in the healing process because you have deficiencies. So seeing the correlation and then seeing what we're lacking or what we're missing out is really, really cool. And then once you've gone through all of those, then we look at cancer treatments. I always say cancer treatments are like the bonus on top. But before we haven't cleaned up the mess or cleaned up the deficiencies or imbalances, they won't work. And this is what many doctors have confirmed. We need to address cancer, targeted cancer treatments only once everything else works. And then we add that to the program. And that means you have the lot. You know what normal health coaches know. You have all the knowledge what actually doctors should know about tests and treatments and lab reports and medication, supplementation, all of that is included. and much more. We added pretty much everything we believe is a nugget of gold. For example, how teeth are connected via meridians to different organs. So if we see organ problems and a related tooth, what needs to be done? And like I said, we've had many, many videos with interviews with doctors already in the program as well, and then targeted guidelines on what you can do. So this is really phenomenal knowledge all put together. And the questionnaire just keeps you on target. See, we emphasize the questionnaire quite a lot because that's how we filter clients. If somebody is not bothered to fill it out, well, they're probably not bothered to help themselves as well. So we don't need to work with them. If we have clients that work through the questionnaire, that are open to look at themselves, which is a very important factor too, then there is already a willingness to make the change. And that's what we look for. So the questionnaire also keeps us away from falling in pathology. You have probably a lot of patients that come with many different aches and pains. They have tingling nerves, they have sleep problems and breathing problems and leg problems and arthritis and cancer on top. And then they have headaches and migraines and brain fog. And oh my God, what do I address first? This is where every practitioner gets completely out of whack, because what do I do? And that's where we use the questionnaire to come back to the root essence, to the root problem that drives all of those, or the combination that drives all of those. And that's why building the timeline as an end result of all our evaluation really makes it clear. And that leads us to package number 2. So we've just spoken about this is what you get and what you learn. Now to do that, you have a personal mentor, and you will be signed up as you start the program with any of our mentors, MD, ND, or nutritionist, who takes you through the program. And they have only one purpose: to make you succeed. We want you to succeed and end up with 100%. So they will correct your assignments, give you feedback, tell you what else you need to do. Sometimes they just send you a little bit more information if they think you missed out, or send you back, please redo this questionnaire. You probably missed you completely missed the point. So that's not to annoy you, not to stress you. And we don't want to send you back an exercise and say, well, you passed with 60%. Bad luck for the 40% out there that has to work with you. What we try to achieve is complete competence. And that's what they do. Your mentor will help you to achieve 100% of all your lessons so that you can face your patients with confidence. And let me come back to this point once more. Dealing with cancer, late-stage cancer, chronic degenerative disease is not an easy feat. And you probably noticed that I haven't included anyone that said, oh, dealing with cancer is easy. Healing cancer is super easy. You just do this and this. I don't want to work with those people, because you realize they are so shallow and they haven't understood the complexity of the disease. It's a huge task and a big responsibility. And once you recognize that, and once you learn how to see that and deal with it in a responsible manner, you are way above the normal field. Now, credits to my wife, my love of 30 years. Sabrina and me have started this journey together. And when you're diagnosed with a disease and you search for solutions, you realize how difficult this whole process is. And I'm easy to go astray and tangle off. We've got a solution here and a new device here, and I'm very enthusiastic. And she's been the heart and soul of our program to keep us on track, building everything together, taking all the research and doing due diligence, which I'm sometimes not as strong in. So Sabrina and me, we have 4 wonderful children, all non-vaccinated, homeborn. We haven't visited a single doctor, no ultrasound, nothing. So we really kept it natural, and we did every treatment that we know and that we recommend ourselves. It's like you can see here Sabrina having fever therapy. We've done due diligence, and not only us, the whole family, all our kids, extended family, friends. We really try to be as implemented as we can, so that it's not theory. We're not teaching and learning and than sharing something we've got no clue about. We really try to internalize, and Sabrina is the core and heart of that whole process. Now, as you go through the training, you will find that some of your assignments will be corrected by Sabrina. She will just give you feedback, and she does that now and then and weekends so that you can keep on studying. And she will do the finals with all of you. And that's something that she's always held, because the final is a very, very complex process where you evaluate one of your own clients, where you work with someone through this whole maze. You have several stages to that, but the final is then where you work through one of your own clients to see all the points, to build this whole thing together. And she enjoys that very much. Now, seeing the whole picture is what I just mentioned. As you work through the program, you learn about the individual parts and then how to build it all together. And then we send you, or your mentor, Sabrina, will send you a sample, how she does it. You know, how she looks at all the individual pieces, how she creates the timeline, and then how she connects the dots, so that you know what she's looking for. And then you have your first one, which is a sample from us. Then you have the second one, which is a sample from yourself, someone that you choose. And then it's your final exam. And by doing it 3, 4, 5 times, you realize it's like coming into a room and you see 5 different lamp fittings, and it's quite obvious. But then if you go in with someone who's done it many times before, they see so much more. And as she points out all those different things that might be added to your observation, it just becomes more and more clear. And that's the process that we do throughout the program. Just opening eyes, just realizing how it's all interrelated and how we need to resolve sometimes something else first in order to have results here. The last point that I would like to talk about in our package program is the Truly Heal app. You know, it's my greatest, well, joy, treasure that I had to add for myself. The mind map became so, well, impractical. I started out with my small one, which I liked, and then Dr. Rao added, Dr. Guinness added, you know, everybody started to add to that program, and every expert made the flower bigger and bigger and bigger. And then Sabrina added a whole lot of research too, and then it just became unmanageable. So turning that was actually the idea of Manuel into an app was a great idea. And it started out quite simple. And then with opening in the app, you have a little chapter, add this, or a suggestion, and it is directly associated to the subcategory you're in. So we get lots of recommendations from practitioners that use the program. And that just keeps adding and adding and adding. The recommendations come directly to me. I speak them through with Sabrina and some of our doctors. And then either we add or we give you feedback about it. And that just completes the whole thing. So it's a work in progress that will become probably one of the biggest encyclopedias in this field. And you have it right at hand. Now let me just go through first 2 points. All relevant information on your fingertips, the orange points, and lifetime access for all students that join now in the certification program. So you have unlimited colleagues, which is really important. If you work in a team, you want the others to see what you do, and you can train them yourself. If you have a clinical setting and you sign yourself up, your nurses have access to the program, your colleagues have access to the program. And you can set up unlimited patients, as many as you like, for a lifetime. We sold this program with a 1-year subscription fee for $2,100. And you have now unlimited access, unlimited use for a lifetime. That's definitely a huge bonus. And what you do with the app, you know, it really is up to you. You can use it just as a research and resource tool. But you can also set up your clients, add the questionnaire, evaluation, timeline, appointments, notes, flags, everything in the app. And it's totally independent. I go anywhere with any device and log into the cloud. It pulls my clients down. All the information is there. Even at a terminal at the airport, you use your username and password and everything is there. And it's completely safe. So we've completely put it on a secure server. we're tempering with the idea whether we do that SMS confirmation. It just makes it very awkward to work. We ask your input for that once the intake is closed up. So it's a powerful tool that you can use everywhere from any device. And let me just show you, even from your mobile phone. See, I always liked it. If I want to look up iodine or magnesium and deficiencies and what are the synergistic nutrients, what is it against, what is it for, how do I use it? It's all there, even the research, and I can use that from any device. So it's really fantastic. It's actually going back to this slide. All of this, every single department, whether it's toxicity or hormones, is in the app. So it's like that huge mind map that you have out here, which is always growing, in your palm of your hand. Okay, last point in the program that you purchase. This is what you purchase when you sign up with our Truly Heal program. The last point is insurance and business listing. Now, insurance, in working in the health industry without insurance is, you know, irresponsible. Depends on who you talk about, but it's about for your family and protection and for your house and whatever you have. You really need that protection. It can so easily something go wrong. And let me just give you one little example. I had a workshop and I offered training and showed people what to do and really thought it was helpful. And there was one lady, she did treatment from morning, midday, evening, all the way through, and then had a massive Herxheimer. She was on chemotherapy, she was on radiation, she was terminal cancer. And then when she came home, she collapsed. It was just too many toxins flushed out. And her oncologist took us to court. I didn't see that with 50 people in the room. It just didn't become obvious. So you always have to hit your head first before you notice that there is a problem. So I had to face that. And it cost us a fortune. It cost us almost everything we own just to evade that lawsuit. And I don't want that to happen to any of you. It's not fair, you know, for trying to do good and trying to help, to get such a kickback is not a good thing. And that's why public liability, 20 million public liability, work indemnity, product indemnity, so that when you share products, show products, do anything, that you're protected. That when you give them advice, that you're protected. It's really crucial and important. And the second part is the listing. When you sign up, when you finish as a certified functional medicine health coach, then you get your certificate. You take that to the IICT, which is in 96 countries or 97 countries, and become a member. And I think that's $100 and something, and then $200 or $300 for public liability for 1 year. Wow, you know, that's no cost for complete protection, and it covers our clubs. And I'll talk about that now. Okay, so that was the package that you purchased. And now I've added some freebies, which are probably not freebies. They are huge and high value, but I want you to succeed. So let's look at the business training that we've added as first. And it's something that I will add in many different ways. Number one, it's 3 times 1 hour one-on-one, where we talk on the phone and work through a plan. I've put together questions that in the first place determine how you would like to earn your money in the future. How do you see yourself succeed in this world? So once we have that, we write down all the bullet points, all the points that you need to establish slowly, one by one, as you work through the program. So when you study your 6 to 9 months through the program, in the end, everything is finished. In the middle of the program, which is at the end of the blue chapter, the physical chapter, we get together again and look at how we determine the best clientele. Really important, you know, find and educate the perfect clientele that you really want to work with. It's like me filtering out hype, filtering out naysayers, you know, the bitching community. I don't like that. There is so much valuable help coming from the conventional medicine. So why bitch and say it's all bad? It's not. So we use sometimes chemotherapy, but negate the side effects of the treatment. Help a patient to recover from those treatments and then have the best of both worlds. I'm not against one and pro another just out of principles. It's always based on what works. And if we look at a pharmacogenomic test and you have all the principles of being able to detoxify, well, why not use such a treatment and then deal with the side effects or with the contraindications separately? So filtering out who you want to work with is, in my opinion, really crucial. We call that cherry picking. Some of the doctors call it cherry picking. And if you sign up with Dr. Brzezinski or any of the big doctors and big clinics out there, they filter who they think has great success, because if they have success with you, their overall success rate goes up. The more success they have, the more clients will come. And by filtering who you work with, it just becomes a joy. In the beginning, I said, that's not fair. They shouldn't do that. They should treat everybody equally. Not everybody is willing to work along. Not everybody is willing to go the extra mile. Not everybody is able to implement some of those steps. So by filtering and by working through that, you make a phenomenal change and build up more reputation, get more pride, get more joy out of working. And that's something we start building in the middle. And then in the end, we establish the right framework for you to work safely with proper insurance, with proper legal framework. And then we set you free. When I say set you free, all our coaches, all our practitioners, if you do a workshop, they will be published on our website. If you do a training or a club or offer services, it will be published on our website. If you write articles, it will be published on our website. See, I'm tired of being a one-man band. Well, we're two men, but Sabrina's pretty quiet in the background. She does all the hard work and the hard lifting, but it is something that we would like to change. So building a team, building a community, putting everybody around the table and establishing that change together is what we wish it to be. So that's why you have an immense opportunity to join this program and to build something on your own that has instant exposure. All right? Now, career opportunities are many, and I just would like to give you one example of many, and it really depends on you. If you say, look, I don't want to do anything but YouTube videos and train people and show them what to do, cool. You know, I've managed YouTube and I'm really successful in it, and it's something that I love doing. So I'm more than happy to give you all the tips and tricks and help you to establish that framework. And that's residual income for eternity. I have videos out there that are 6 years old that still make me money every day. So it's income and education at the same time. Fantastic. If that's what you wish, great. If you want to do workshops and seminars with your Wholesale account, you can do the training, you can teach people what I've done now for the last 8 years and take on my role. You can just do, think about the size of a city in America, Chicago or London or whatever, and you do workshops. You have probably 50 workshops until you cover a fraction of the population. And then just keep growing and add your services and fill in clients for consultations. We can make a massive change. Club, probably the biggest of all bonuses, and you can see value 21, and that's already discounted because that's how much I wanted to sell them for. I actually sold 3 and pulled back because business people snapped it up. See, if you see the potential on what the club can do, this is a massive business opportunity. But I don't want it to be about business. I don't want it to be about just treatments. That's just, another kind of fake clinic. It's always about education first. And that's why when I saw that they just wanted the license and earn much money, and that didn't work. So I pulled back and only give that as a free bonus to all our coaches. Now that's $27,000 in legal fees, just lawyers, and to establish the framework. And then all the training, all the setup on how to do it, how to get the waiver signed, how to make yourself safe is all part of the training. So I take you through the whole process on how you are safe when you show someone ozone, when you show someone PMF, when they have a treatment at your place, that you have no legal bitebacks, and that's really crucial. So we've added that completely to the program. And for many of you, if you make an investment and you buy your own equipment, you would like to return some of that investment by means of sharing it with others. And that's been one of the biggest parts of most of you who called. I would like to share this information share my equipment with others. And that's fine, as long as you follow the protocol, as long as you use the right language. And that's why this is a very big part of the training, how we say things, how we explain things, how we make them aware of the contraindications, and how we ask them to sign and initialize. Once we do, we're safe. And you can, set this up as a one-day club, as a presentation club, or as a two-day workshop, or as a full-on workshop with 500 members. It's pretty easy. You can turn this into a huge business and enterprise, or you can just use it for your own protection. The framework is always the same, and we show you exactly how to do that. I said already wholesale. We add wholesale for all our practitioners and coaches, and that gives you just an added income stream. See, having one device there to show how to use it and how to use it safe within your legal protection of the club, and then selling it to clients makes a massive difference. There is a change, a tendency, and I see that more and more. A lot of practitioners and clinics educate their clients how to do treatment at home and sell them the devices. And by doing so, they actually empower the client to partake in their recovery. Normally, it's been always like that, going to the clinic, getting better, and then going back home. And then after a while, rock bottom, and then you start the process again. And they noticed if they give the client that support and then they keep them on that level or even slightly improve because they do the treatments at home, in case they come back, they have not, the big problem to start from. They can improve and improve and improve and get to an end result. As I said before, chronic degenerative diseases are not something you heal in a short time. So turning that into an education program, giving patients the tools to do that at home is a phenomenal add-on bonus, and for you a good income stream. And that means you need training, certification and training for all the different equipment. And that's been the job that I did for the past few weeks. You should see my office all around. It's nice that it's clean up on the table now, but I have equipment standing here galore. Just Rife treatment. I've studied for 6 weeks now, Rife equipment with all the different PMF mats and fine infrared mats and foot bath and everything. It's mind-blowing, and the results that you can see are just stunning. So we train that with you. Again, we start out in the beginning with all the legal forms, all the waivers, and how to set it up and how to educate your clients. And then how to do the treatment, how to start out with a gentle approach so that you don't knock them over or put them into a Herxheimer reaction, and then proceed until they are fine. How to fine tune, how to adjust, how to supplement, how to add different programs together to make it better work. All of that included. So you have a full-on training about hypothermia, about PMF, about ozone and Rife. And there is 3 more coming that I've just received, new equipment that we add to the program. So you will be fully licensed, equipped, and you have wholesale for all of that equipment, which really adds massively to your income and to your clients' well-being. Getting published is probably not for everyone. It's a bonus that it's a bit selfish. If you help me write newsletters and do them well and research them well and speak with your mentor to put it all together, I'm more than happy, and it gives you instant reputation. When you think about to get into such a high reputation website, we have top ranking as a number 9 at Google and YouTube. So if you, just to be published on there will get the word out in an instant. And that's what you can make use of it, including your affiliate codes and affiliate account. And that's something really valuable. And that means, today's the day. If you would like to join the program, you get all of this. That's what you buy. This is what you get for free. in your program. And all you need to do is click that button here in the video. It should be right above or underneath the video, and say, send me the price and the curriculum, and fill out the form. You will find a little form. It just asks you for your contact details and your information. I would also like to know whether you're a health professional with a license to treat, diagnose, and prescribe drugs or supplements, or not. That's the only separation, because we have two programs, one for practitioners who have that license to treat and those who don't. And it's the same program, we teach the same program, just practitioners get a little bit more in-depth, more biochemistry, well, more of that which I don't want. So I'm happy that I don't have to learn this mitochondrial disorders, DNA SNPs to a deeper degree. As a coach, you learn about it and you learn what it is for, but as a practitioner, you need to have that extra edge. So we have a deeper program, and that's what you would sign up. So just let me know. I'm a practitioner, I have the license to treat, and I would like to learn about the practitioner program, or I'm happy with the coaching program because I don't want to treat outside the club license. All right. And that's it. Thank you very much. If you have more questions, send me a text to this number. Don't call. It could be the middle of my night. I'm in Australia right now. So just send me a text message and say, Marcus, call me back about the coaching program, and I will do so right away. I should see your number with the country prefix, so I couldn't call you in the middle of the night. And that's it. Thank you so much for joining me on this 6-part video training and my passion. And maybe we can dream together and make the dream come true in making this world a better place and help those with chronic degenerative diseases.